I don't even know what to call this, maybe mindset and consistency. How something so small, when done every day, can compound into insane results over the long term. Typically people want the result now, they want to put in maximum effort now, or over the course of a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and really put themselves through the meat grinder in order to have the thing like within 3 weeks. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And the difference is between most people, I'm just going to use like quite a loose example, right? But how many of you watching this video have maintained their current weight for over a decade? So I've caught you out. I genuinely believe most men have maintained the same sort of weight for a long period of time. Now, if you were to have, let's say for example, 200 calories less per day, you would be in a calorie deficit and you would have lost a lot of body fat. And that could be something as simple as swapping out, let's say, milk and changing it for almond milk. Like, I don't know, I don't like almond milk, it tastes like cardboard. I'm just saying how one small change over the course of 10 years would result in you being about 8 to 10% body fat. One change. It's just maths. Now I know there's a little bit more to it than losing body fat, but let's say for example you didn't do anything, you instead went plus 200, let's say 270, and instead every single day you had a can of Coke for a decade. You're then going to gain 10-15% body fat just off that fizzy drink, because the previous version of yourself maintained current weight through, the things that you did and the things that you ate. It's just a very simple example, right? And one of my mates, he's probably going to be on the longevity program very soon, 62-year-old. He came up to me the other day. I look at him, he's put on a bit of timber. And he's like, Paul, look, put on a little bit of weight, I've been off. He's just had shoulder surgery, by the way. He's just had shoulder surgery, and he's just had a little bit of surgery around his neck as well. He's had like a nerve impingement or something. Again, way out of my expertise. Go and get some private healthcare, come back, and then we can sort yourself out. Anyway, he's currently going through the recovery process. I'm going to get him hooked up to the longevity program very soon, and it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm going to get him in absolutely insane shape, and I can't wait to do that. I'll share it with you guys. But what I'm trying to say is, he hasn't trained for 3 weeks. He maintained his weight, his current weight, for about since I've known him, right? But I asked him, I was like, how long have you been your current weight before you had 1 stone added on because of this 3.5 weeks off? He was like, yeah, I've maintained my current weight now for about 15 years. He's like, I've always been 88 kilograms. And I'm like, isn't that interesting, right? This guy trains 4 times a week, maybe 5 times a week, trains relatively hard. What he does is kind of crap, to be honest with you. But I'm going to tidy all that up anyway. In his diet is, just a typical diet of somebody that's 50, 60-year-old, drinks a couple of times a week, eats what he wants, eats similar to what his kids eat, all the typical things. But 3 weeks of no physical exercise, no increased metabolic rate through the repair and regeneration of muscle tissue, no increased calories burnt through exercising. Just that 3-week period, 3.5-week period, he put on a stone. And it shows straight away. He looks a little bit more fat. So the physical training in this situation, the physical training that he'd done was kind of like covering over the cracks of his diet or whatever in his lifestyle. And like I said, it's a good metric. If you're maintaining the same weight, you're kind of doing okay, right? However, physical training may be covering over the cracks of your lifestyle. The point of this video is, like I said earlier on, if you've maintained the same weight for decades, and let's say one of your eyes is on weight loss, one change every single day could be something as simple as not having carbs for breakfast. I love this one, by the way. Not having carbs for breakfast every day for a few years. And then you just live exactly the same as you are. Like one simple change long term. But the problem is, I don't know what it is about the brain, but we want everything now. We want to put ourselves through a high amount of suffering now in order to get the thing in a few weeks, in a few months. Why don't you just relax? Like, there's a lot of life to live. Relax, enjoy the process, and just add one thing that you can do every single day that is going to have a positive effect on you in 10 years. Having that long-term vision is going to be so much more effective than the short-term vision. Do you know what I mean?